Imagine being thrown out of the only place you called home, with no hope and no one to turn to. That was Naomi's reality, until one day she met a billionaire who changed everything. But this is not just a story of rescue, it's a tale of betrayal, shocking secrets, and a love that no one saw coming. How did Naomi go from a poor maid to something much greater? Find out now. In a small town where news spread quickly, there lived a young woman named Naomi. She was an orphan, quiet, but hardworking. Naomi had only one thing in the world: a job at a small laundry shop where she washed, ironed, and folded clothes for people who barely noticed her. The shop was not just her workplace, it was her home. A small mat in the corner was where she slept every night, and a single cup and plate were all she owned. Yet, Naomi was grateful. "At least I have somewhere to stay," she often whispered to herself. One bright morning, Naomi sat on her mat, eating her small bowl of gari soaked in water. Her boss had just opened the shop, and the first customer of the day, a well-dressed woman wearing bright yellow lace, walked in. Naomi quickly wiped her hands on her dress and grabbed a cup of water to wash her face before starting her work. As she walked through the doorway, she didn't notice the woman stepping into the shop at the same time. They collided. "Hey, are you blind?" the woman shouted, staring at her dress, now drenched in water. Naomi's heart sank. "Ah, sorry, Ma. I didn't see you. Please, Ma, let me clean it." She reached out to touch the fabric. "Don't touch me," the woman snapped, stepping back. "Do you know how expensive this dress is, you this dirty girl?" Naomi lowered her head. "I'm very sorry, Ma. It was a mistake." "A mistake?" the woman barked. Her voice was sharp, cutting through the morning air. "Is that how you people work here? No manners, no training?" Before Naomi could say another word, the woman stormed past her and entered the small office where Naomi's boss sat. Naomi stood frozen, her hands trembling. She could hear the woman's angry voice. "Fire her!" the woman shouted. "If this is the kind of person you employ, I'm taking my business elsewhere. I can't deal with such carelessness." Naomi's boss, a bald man with tired eyes, tried to calm her down. "Madam, please, it's not that serious. She's a good worker." "I don't care," the woman yelled. "If you don't sack her, I'm done with your shop. And don't forget, my fiancé is one of your biggest customers." The boss sighed heavily. He walked out of the office and called Naomi. She stepped forward, her heart pounding as if it would burst out of her chest. "Naomi," he said softly, avoiding her eyes. "I don't know how to say this. Please, sir, I didn't mean to—" "Naomi!" he cut her off. "You've been a good worker, but I can't afford to lose a customer like her. I'm sorry, but you'll have to leave." Naomi dropped to her knees. "Ah, sir! Please, don't do this! I have nowhere to go! This is where I live, where I eat! Please, sir, don't send me away!" Her boss looked at her with pity, but he shook his head. "Naomi, I'm sorry. My hands are tied." The well-dressed woman stood at the doorway, smirking. "That will teach you to watch where you're going," she said before leaving with a loud "Humph." Naomi sat on the floor, tears streaming down her face. Her world had just crumbled. Where would she go? How would she survive? The day was just beginning, but for Naomi, it already felt like the end. Naomi sat on the floor of the laundry shop, her head buried in her hands. The tears wouldn't stop. She looked up at her boss one last time. "Sir, please. I don't have anywhere to go. I will work harder. I will wake up earlier. Please don't send me away," Naomi begged, her voice trembling. Her boss sighed deeply, rubbing his forehead. "Naomi, it's not about your hard work. You know I appreciate you, but that woman is my best customer. If I lose her, it will affect my business. I'm sorry. You have to leave." "But where will I go?" Naomi cried. "This is the only place I have. How will I eat? Please, sir, have mercy on me." "Naomi," he said, avoiding her teary eyes. "I've already made up my mind. You can't stay here anymore. Just pack your things." Naomi felt like her world was crashing. She looked around the tiny shop where she had spent the last 2 years. It wasn't much, but it had been her home. She had no family, no friends, and no money. That evening, with nothing but a small bag of her clothes, Naomi walked aimlessly through the streets. The sun had set, and the town was quiet except for the occasional sound of cars passing by. She felt invisible, like the world had forgotten she existed. As she wandered, she saw an uncompleted building. The walls were high, but there were no doors or windows yet. She peeped inside and saw a flat surface of cement blocks. It wasn't safe, but it was better than sleeping on the street. Naomi climbed inside, laid her bag on the cold floor, and sat down. "God, please help me," she whispered. She lay on the floor, using her wrapper as a blanket. The night was long and cold, but she stayed awake, her mind filled with thoughts